What is up, people? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the news. Today we're talking about something that I think is a great debate. We're also talking about the Call of Duty League kickoff event and some not so fortunate news for FaZe fans. But I guess if you are not a FaZe fan, it's some real fortunate news as your defending champions were sent home early after a loss to a team who, maybe Octane was the problem, did send them home in the Seattle Surge. In case you missed it, yes, the event has had a few of its issues here and there for the pro players attending, but still just as exciting to open off the season, and I'm super excited to see where we go from here, especially because you have Surge now, yet again, back on LAN, a little bit of a different lineup, and taking down your defending champs in Atlanta FaZe.
Points needed. Are FaZe going to go down once more to the Surge? That's it. Takes down 3. 1 more second, and that will be Seattle. You have got to be kidding me. There is something about this stadium. There is something about this franchise.
But most importantly, it was following this map where we got to see a return to LAN with all 12 teams, and that's awesome. But with that comes maybe some riled up fans who have not been outside since the pandemic did begin and decided to choose this LAN event to personally attack the players. Now, there's a difference between banter and trash talk, especially between players. If you're a professional player, you're making a salary in the league, and that is your opponent, and you want to trash talk them, and again, there's certainly degrees of trash talk out there, but if Clayster is going at Crim6, you know, it probably shouldn't be going at your own teammates, but I think you guys get the point. If two players from two teams are going at each other, that's some fun stuff. If a fan, someone out there who is supposed to be cheering for Call of Duty or a team as a whole, all of a sudden takes a personal attack at a player like Arcitys, that's a bit of a different level. And I think you guys can probably get the gist of maybe what this fan is saying. We've heard maybe a few accounts out there. People have reached out to me with the so-called intel and people making personal jabs at Arcitys. One individual making a personal reference. And it's shaming, right? Body shaming Arcitys in front of a crowd that he came out to represent and play in front of. And you have someone out there in a Subliners jersey, of all things, taking a personal attack. It is one thing to go and say, hey, like, you're the defending champs, you know, I want my team to stand a chance, I want you out of here, go home. It is something completely different to then take someone's personal looks and go after them for that, because I can almost guarantee you any fan who can say that while you're up on stage, you know, far away, and you're not probably going to come down face to face, what would you really say if Arcitys would have taken the step down? His response was to say F off and then flick that viewer off or that fan off, or not obviously a fan of FaZe, which he then later on apologized for. And I'm like, what are we even talking about? You deserve to flick that guy off for taking a personal attack at you. He bought a ticket to be there. You're being paid to be there, Arcitys, all right? Come on, man. As after all of this went down, it was Arcitys being the nice guy he is, saying, I shouldn't have flicked the kid off, but I'm fine with getting told I suck or go home, but please don't take any personal shots. Along with that, we got responses like Zuma saying, people need to learn some respect. Anyone calling you soft is dumb. Just typical weird behavior. Keep doing your thing. We also have someone like Simp saying, I love you, man. And also a response to Zuma to clarify what Alec did say. He said, all I said was show some respect and set F off. Wasn't even soft. And I can also apparently tell you guys from someone who is maybe around the situation and pretty close to the person in a Subliners jersey, who after a series between FaZe and Surge went ahead and said, hey man, and it took a personal jab. Apparently he was going around for a short period of time and trying to trade jerseys, because obviously when a awesome picture like that goes viral all over Twitter, instantly I imagine people there are going to start looking for the person in a Subliners jersey and a Clayster styled haircut, who was not Clayster, by the way, but maybe trying to look like Clayster and trying to go after him, which you shouldn't do. All right, don't be a boze over some GTA RP drama. If you know, you know. Don't put any hits on the kid, but obviously show some respect to the players. There is certainly a line. There's a line that you got to ride, and pro players get to bend that line towards each other. We love trash talk. We love drama between teams and players. But you're a fan. Learn your spot. There are certainly some things you can say, like go home, or even like, you're a loser. There's a lot of there's a lot of ways to ride that line correctly and somewhat respectfully. But if you're going to pay to go there just to bash the players based off personal looks and attributes, that's just kind of weird, man. It's just weird. And so I pray, if the CDL somehow find Arcitys for flicking off someone in the crowd for taking a personal jab, we need to stand together, and I will do a fundraiser, because he should not be paying that, but he also should not be apologizing. That shouldn't be the talk of the town. The talk of the town should literally be a focus on the Surge and what they were able to do, because that's incredible. It's kind of funny rolling off last year's Surge, who finally got on LAN, and you change your lineup a little bit, but it still seems being on LAN is a huge game changer. And this game maybe needs some changes, but taking down defending champs, even in a kickoff classic, is no small feat. So congrats to Surge and Arcitys. I love you now more than ever. You're a fan favorite. You should not be ashamed. And next time, flick him off again. Like that should not be something you apologize for, and that should not be something that the fans are doing. Leave that kind of banter, that level of trash talk, between the boys up top who are being paid to be there. But that's just my 2 cents, right? That's just what I think. What do y'all think about it? Certainly a few people out there were calling him soft for how he handled the situation. So what do you guys think? Till next time, do me a favor, all right? Drink some water, drink some coffee. Okay, bye.